Yo guys, what is up? It is James. Today's shooting up with a little bit of a different video. Instead of PvP, we have a top 5 today. I told you guys I will be doing some top 5 videos just to see how they do with my fan base and how you guys enjoy them. Maybe or maybe not. But today we're going to be taking a look at some things you may have missed while playing Wizard101. At number 5, we're in the Crustacean Empire, actually in Celestia, but around this area in the Crustacean Empire, the Senate, there is a secret vendor behind a wall, and what leads me to believe that not a lot of people know about this is the fact that I get asked on the daily, you know, where did you get that specific piece of gear, or how do your satyrs do mass on your legendary characters? Well, there is a vendor, as I stated previously, that is behind this wall in the Crustacean Empire. It's sort of hidden, you know, so you have to like look around for it, but he sells quite a bit of things, and some of them are very useful even at max level, especially for jades. So he does sell some jewels. The most notable ones, the most useful ones rather, are the 1% pierce jewels, which a lot of legendaries use when starting out for legendary PvP. They are level 55, so I guess grandmasters can use them, but I would not recommend going to 55 just for a pierce jewel, let alone a 1% pierce jewel. But the most useful thing that he sells are these recipes. Now keep in mind that you have to be the crafting level to be able to make these, so that is, you know, a thing. That is why I encourage a lot of legendary people to craft, so you can craft your spell if you don't already have it, and craft anything else that you might need for PvP. But this guy sells the Cosmic Chris, which is a very known theme for having a lot of in and out, decent health, and a lot of power pips. So a lot of people use the Cosmic Chris in a, you know, defense and heal strategy at legendary and at max level as well. So if you're looking for that kind of setup on your character for PvP or even for PvE, then this would be the theme to craft. Also, to go along with that is the Stellar Signet, which has 208 health, again, a lot of power pip and a lot of in and out, along with sockets for both of them. So, you know, a lot of people know about this, but then again, as I said before, a lot of people don't, because I get asked a lot, you know, where do you get that specific piece of gear, or how do your satyrs do mass in your PvP videos? Well, this is how, and it's pretty easy to get them. So that is number 5. So here at number 4, we are actually in Digmore Station of Marleybone, probably one of the shorter worlds in Wiz. As soon as you hit level 50, you have access to a quest that Mr. Officer Barkley can give you, and not a lot of players know about this dungeon, but I'm willing to bet more veteran players know about this dungeon, because this dungeon was added to the game around the time when Celestia came out. So when level 50 was max and level 60 was getting like introduced or talked about is when this dungeon came out, but it is called Kensington Park. So this dungeon was meant to be, you know, completed at level 50 or at around level 60. I'm willing to bet that it might introduce some new lore to, you know, Marleybone itself, or why the world exists, or, you know, why the cats were here and the dogs are fighting the cats and whatnot. Because, like, the cats roam the streets and whatnot, and the dogs are, like, you know, the police officers of the world. I'm pretty sure if someone like, you know, like Austin the Sauce or whatever ran this dungeon and made a video on it, then we could probably learn some new things about Marleybone through this dungeon, or just the lore behind why this dungeon exists, or why it got added to Marleybone. It's kind of like the equivalent of that one Krakatopia dungeon where you find out why the Manders got enslaved, or something like that, I do believe. But I think this might have a little bit of a different turn, at least for the world of Marleybone. Maybe not why the cats are here, but just tells like an alternate story of some other characters or a main character. But there are a lot of bosses, and they don't cheat. I don't think this dungeon was around when like cheating was implemented to the game, to like, you know, like NPC bosses or whatnot. But the people, or the mobs that walk the street, tend to actually cross over like this. Like they'll actually cross over from one side of the street to the other. And I guess that was KINGSISLE's way of experimenting with, you know, ways to trick players with bosses or mobs and whatnot. So I guess this was kind of an experimental stage for, like advancing mobs and their mechanics. So just an interesting tidbit that I found. But yeah, this is number 4. So here at number 3, we're gonna go ahead and travel to Nidival. I can't pronounce that, but the room under the main bridge in Grizzleheim. We have 3 doors. Now, most of you who have completed Grizzleheim or played the game long enough will know that in the door straight ahead is Jotun, the door guarded by the Viking statues. Now, what a lot of players don't know, and what I'm willing to bet a lot of even veteran players don't know, is what is in these 2 doors on the left and the right of the center door. Now, the reason why I bring these up is because there's really no quest in the game that I can think of anyway, because I think I've done every quest in Grizzleheim on this character, because that is basically what I made this character for. Just go through all the worlds and do all the quests, because I have a lot of the badges that the quests give when you complete all of them in a specific world. But there are no quests in the game that really tell you to go to these doors. But in this one in specific, there is something that we don't really see much in Wiz. It's a very, you know, large room, and what is in it, a lot of people don't really know about. So in this room, there is a maze, and there are some bosses within the maze, and at the end of the maze, there is also a boss as well. Not really sure what he drops or why he's there, or, you know, what part he plays in the Grizzleheim story, but you do have to make your way through this maze, and there are some, I guess you can say, like, spooky things in this maze, aside from the bosses that are in certain, like, square rooms or octagon rooms, I don't know, weird shaped rooms. But there are some dead ends as well, but it's just something that you don't really see, and it just makes you wonder, like, why KINGSISLE put this here, because, you know, like, when you play through Grizzleheim, no one mentions this. And the bosses that are here, you know, there's no quest to defeat these bosses, so why is this here? It doesn't make any sense. So, I mean, you know, again, this is just one of those things that not a lot of players know about, but it's just something interesting, and that is going to conclude number 3. Alright guys, it's only going to get better from here on out. Here in Azteca, at number 2, probably one of the most hated worlds, I guess, because it's so freaking long, aside from Chrysalis, which has 2 parts. But in Azteca, there is a side quest that leads you to go in the room right in front of me, which is this room right here. So I'm willing to bet that not a lot of you know what is in this room. Some of you might, most of you probably not, but it is just, to me, it was very mind-blowing because I've never seen this room before. It's not part of the main quest as far as I'm concerned or know about, but it's crazy. And I wish KINGSISLE would go back to this room and do something with it, because it's crazy, and it's obviously in the game, so they made it. So why is it here? But let's go ahead and enter in so I can show you guys what is in this room. It is absolutely crazy. I'm gonna show you guys the whole room, the roof, everything that this room, I guess you can say, has to offer. It's like some underground, you know, old civilization bunker. It's so weird, but check this out. It's crazy. I've never seen this before. Like, why is this here? Why is, like, is it some hole in the ground? Is there some like overworld type thing? There's moss on the sides and there's trees up there, and then there's this, like, there's these ruins left by, like, old civilizations. Like, why is this here? Like, I don't know. This is crazy. This is something that has to come back and play a part in the story later on. If it doesn't, I'm gonna be surprised as hell, because this is amazing. Like, this took time to make and put into the game. I don't know, but just, you know, again, something that is very, very mind-boggling to see, and that surprisingly is not a part of the main storyline. So that is going to conclude number 2. So here at number 1, I'm going to give a quick warning to anybody who is, I guess, severely underaged, because I know this is, you know, still Wizard101, it's a kid from the game and whatnot, but in number 1, there is going to be some toilet humor. So if you are okay with viewing number 1, given the warning, that I would suggest, you know, making sure you have earbuds in or something if you're around parents or whatnot. But number 1 is actually in the Red Barn Farm, and I do apologize for anybody that does not see this coming. You probably did not see this one coming, but it's something that you would really only find while being severely bored in the Red Barn Farm. I can't. I can't. I gotta show this, yo, because KINGSISLE thinks they're so slick, dude. KINGSISLE thinks they're so slick. Alright, yo. So we're gonna pop into first person, and you guys might be wondering, you know, it's just a Red Barn Farm. What's so, like, you know, secret about it? Since, like, well, not every, but, like, pretty much every gardener in the game has this house. Well, if we go into first person, and we walk over here, yo, what is that rock?
What kind of shit is that?
What? Yo, hold on. Okay, so if, like, as if it wasn't already bad enough, if you walk up to it, there's actually a slit in the rock, okay? Like, and then if we look behind it, there's a rock. What the fuck is this, dude? Why? Okay, look, I get that the rock looks a little bit weird, right? But why is there a line coming down the rock 1/4 of the way through it, and then there's a slit right at the beginning of the rock right here, and, like, are you serious, KI? Like, and then there's the rock over here. I'm not even gonna say what this is, yo. Like, if you can't see it, then I don't know, there might be something wrong with your eyes, but yo, come on, dog. KI, are you serious? Are you serious right now? You can't be doing this, yo. Get out of here. Alright, guys, well, that's that. If you guys enjoyed, then let me know by dropping a like on this video, and I may do more top 5s like this. Maybe not with a humorous ending like this one had. I don't even know if you found that humorous or not, but it was just something that I had to put in the video because it was just there and nobody really knew about it, and it was just kind of like, wow, like, KI really thought they were slick. But if you guys enjoy, drop a like. If you are new, hit that sub button, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.